My mother-in-law stayed with us last month, and on the second morning she pulled a towel off the rack and stood there sniffing it. Then she asked what detergent I used because it smelled like a hotel shelf, not my washer. I hadn't bought a new detergent. I hadn't touched a single scent booster. What I'd done was mix three cheap ingredients from the laundry aisle. The same combination households used decades before fabric softener existed. It cost less than a bottle of scent beads. Once you understand why towels actually go musty, you'll see why that old powder works. For years, I did everything the way you're supposed to. I bought the detergent with the bottle everyone recommends, the kind with a scent name like Alpine Breeze or Fresh Linen. I added a capful of fabric softener every single load because that's what my mother always did. When my towel started smelling a little flat, I didn't cut back. I added more. A scent booster in the wash, a dryer sheet on top of the softener. Sometimes both. For a day, maybe two, it worked. The towel smelled fine hanging on the rack. Then you'd use one after a shower, bury your face in it, and there it was again. That sour, damp smell like a gym bag that never quite dried out. I told myself it was the washer. I ran a full cleaning cycle. I checked the drain hose carefully. None of it changed a thing. And here's the part that used to drive me crazy. The smell always came back faster on towels than on anything else in the house. Sheets were fine, shirts were fine. Towels went sour within a day or two, no matter what I threw at them. So I started asking why towels specifically, and once I actually looked into it, the answer was almost embarrassing, because it had nothing to do with how much fragrance I was using, and everything to do with what I wasn't removing. Here's the first piece. Every time you wash with modern detergent, a portion of it doesn't rinse fully away. It clings to the fibers as a thin film. On a shirt, that's barely noticeable. On a towel, something made of thick, looping cotton fibers designed specifically to trap moisture. That film builds up fast, wash after wash, layer after layer. Second piece, body oils. Towels touch your skin more directly and more often than almost anything else you own. Every time you dry off, a small amount of natural oil transfers into the fabric. Detergent is supposed to strip that oil out, but if the detergent itself is already leaving residue behind, it has less room to actually clean. It's fighting its own buildup instead of your skin oils. Third piece, and this one surprised me the most, fabric softener. I thought I was helping. I was actually coating my towels in a waxy layer designed to make fabric feel soft, which, on a towel, works directly against you. That coating doesn't just sit on the surface. It fills in the microscopic loops of the cotton fibers, the exact structure that's supposed to soak up water. A towel coated in softener residue doesn't just smell worse over time, it physically can't absorb the way it used to. That's why an old towel starts to feel like it's just pushing water around your skin instead of drying you off. Fourth piece, hard water. If you live somewhere with mineral-heavy water, those minerals, calcium, magnesium, bond with detergent and soap residue and turn it into something closer to a thin scale, similar to what builds up inside a kettle. That mineral and residue combination is even harder to rinse out than detergent alone, and it gives odor-causing bacteria something to hold on to. Fifth piece, and this one is newer than the others, low-water washing machines. Modern high-efficiency machines are built to save water, which is good for your utility bill and bad for rinsing. Less water means less dilution and less flushing of residue out of the drum and out of your fibers. Older top-loading machines, the kind that filled the whole tub, actually rinse towels more thoroughly almost by accident. Newer machines need extra care to compensate. Sixth piece, damp storage. Folding a towel while it's even slightly damp and stacking it in a closet is like sealing a lunch left out on the counter. Bacteria doesn't need much moisture or much time to start multiplying. And once it's established inside those cotton loops, ordinary washing barely disturbs it. Put all 6 of those together: residue, oil, softener coating, mineral buildup, low water rinsing, and damp storage, and you get a fiber that's sealed almost like a sponge dipped in wax. Water can't fully penetrate it. Bacteria can thrive in it. and no amount of fragrance sprayed or beaded on top is going to fix something happening underneath the surface of the fabric itself. Once I understood that, the whole scent booster industry started to look different to me. It's not that those products don't work. They do, for about a day, but they're designed to sit on top of a problem, not solve it. And a product that has to be repurchased every few weeks is, from a business standpoint, a lot more valuable than a fix you make once for a few dollars and don't need again for months. That's when I found the answer, sitting quietly in the kind of household advice that existed before scent beads, before fabric softener was even common, back when the goal of laundry was simply clean, not clean and coated in fragrance. It's a powder made from 3 ingredients, all still sold today, all still cheap, and all working on the actual mechanism I just described instead of covering it up. None of the 3 are exotic. You have probably walked past all of them without ever considering what they could do for the towels in your closet right now. Here's the recipe, and it hasn't changed much since before scent beads existed. You need 3 things: half a cup of borax, half a cup of washing soda, and 1 bar of Fels-Naptha or Zote soap, grated fine on a regular cheese grater. All 3 sit on the laundry aisle of almost any grocery or hardware store, usually for a few dollars total, and 1 batch lasts through many loads because you only use a small amount each time. None of the 3 ingredients are new inventions. They were laundry staples decades before liquid detergent pods and scent boosters ever existed, back when households simply expected clean to mean clean. Grate the whole bar first and let it sit out uncovered for a full day, so it dries slightly and doesn't clump. Then mix it with the borax and washing soda in a sealed container. An old coffee tin or a mason jar works fine. Shake it, don't stir it, so the 3 ingredients distribute evenly instead of settling in layers. That's the whole mixture. No cooking, no dissolving, no special equipment. Add the powder directly to the drum before your towels, not into the detergent dispenser, since the grated soap can clog the small compartments some machines use for liquid or pod detergent. Wash on the hottest setting your towels can handle, and skip fabric softener entirely on this load. That's the whole point. For towels that have years of buildup, do 1 reset wash before you fall into a regular rhythm with this powder. Run an empty hot cycle with double the normal amount of powder, no towels at all, just to clear out whatever residue is sitting in your machine itself. Then wash your towels normally with the standard dose. After that first reset, once every few weeks is usually enough to keep buildup from coming back, not every single load. One more habit matters as much as the powder itself. Get your towels fully dry, not just dry to the touch. Damp storage is what let bacteria take hold in the first place. So pulling a towel out of the dryer a few minutes early and folding it while it still holds moisture undoes a good portion of what the wash just fixed. Now, a few mistakes worth avoiding, because I made most of them myself early on. First mistake, using a full old-fashioned dose in a modern machine. If your towels come out stiff or slightly gray, you've used too much for a low-water washer. Second mistake, skipping the reset wash on towels with heavy years-long buildup. Without it, you're adding a good ingredient into a machine that's still coated in old residue, and the improvement will be slower and less noticeable than it should be. Third mistake, expecting this to fix towels that are already worn thin or genuinely moldy. This powder strips buildup and residue. It doesn't rebuild fiber structure, and it won't reverse actual mold growth in fabric that's been left wet for days. At that point, the towel needs replacing, not treating. Fourth mistake, using it on delicate or specialty fabrics without checking first. This mixture is built for sturdy cotton towels, not for wool silk or anything labeled hand wash only, where the alkalinity can be too harsh. When in doubt, test a small hidden corner first and wait to see how the fabric responds before running a full load. It's worth being honest about what this doesn't do too. It won't add fragrance the way a scent booster does. Your towels will smell clean, not perfumed, which surprises some people the first time, and it works best on cotton specifically. Synthetic blend towels respond less dramatically. simply because they don't trap oil and residue the same way natural fibers do. What this powder does instead is remove the actual cause of the smell rather than layering something on top of it. That's a harder thing to sell in a 30-second commercial than a bottle that promises a fresh scent every time, which is probably part of why you've never seen this recipe advertised on television or in a glossy magazine spread. There's no repeat purchase built into a fix that costs a few dollars and lasts for months. The scent industry isn't hiding a better solution out of malice. They're simply not motivated to point you toward one that doesn't need restocking every few weeks. So the next time a towel comes out of your dryer and someone asks what you changed, you can tell them the truth. You didn't buy anything new, and you didn't spend more money chasing a stronger, longer-lasting fragrance. You just stopped covering up the real problem underneath the surface and finally started removing it instead, one simple wash at a time.